Hello. Hello, everybody. Oh, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Absolutely. You guys are watching Chalking Up the Walls. My name is April Walls. I'm a designer with Club Couture. I'm a designer with Chalk Couture. Club Couture is our monthly subscription. It's on the brain. I do a weekly project using our Club Couture. So I actually had just done that last night. So this month it's every Monday. So that's on the brain. I was actually going over a couple possible ideas for next week in my head before I got this one set up. But anyway, give me just a second to get set up here. Make sure I'm live. Make sure you guys can see me. All right, cool. I think, we're good to go. All right. So I did want to jump on here tonight and do a quick, super fun little project using our heart patterns. All kinds of cool little heart designs. And these actually fit our heart cutouts. Here, let me open these up and show them to you real quick. Well, give everybody a minute to get on here. For sure. So if you watched my live last night, you saw me use some of these with our club design, but they're super cool. Just so you have an idea. There's two, they come as a 2-pack, right? They're two different sizes. There's the larger one and the smaller one, and they fit these cutouts perfectly. This transfer does. That's why it is named the heart patterns. But I am going to use it tonight for something a little bit different. I had this idea, I want to test it out, and I'm going to use one of our palette boards, right? So this is one of the cool distressed looking palette boards that we have. It's double-sided. You can use it either horizontally or vertically. Options are endless with that. But my thought is that I'm gonna put one of these, this polka dot one, in the center of it, and then I'm going to use some Scrabble tiles. You guys are most likely familiar with the game Scrabble, right? So you know what I mean by Scrabble tiles, but they're just the little letter blocks. What's up? Are you going to bed?
Yeah.
All right, I love you. Good night.
Yeah.
Be awesome. Anyway, the Scrabble tiles, full of letters, right? So we are going to use some of those for our project. I think that there will be a lot of Scrabble tiles in my future, in my crafting. I'm super excited about it. I was cruising the Pinterest actually and saw a couple really fun projects that people had done using those, and I thought, you know what, I can definitely incorporate that into my craft. So we're gonna see how it goes. All right, so first things first, take your transfer out of the package. And being that we're only going to use this little piece right here for tonight, I'm going to just cut that one up. So right along these little cut lines, right? You just take your scissors. I actually got a package in from Chalk Couture today that I thought was going to have my transfer trimmers. So Chalk Couture makes their own special branded scissors that are specifically designed for our silkscreen transfers. They don't get all gunky, they don't get sticky because the transfers are adhesive. And they also just cut the silkscreen really well, so you don't end up with any sort of little threads or anything like that. But I have yet to get my hands on them. Every time I had tried to, they're a hot little item. Every time I remember to order them, they've been sold out. So I finally was able to remember to get them, put them in my cart, and a box came today. I was so excited. I thought they were gonna be in there, but they were not. So coming soon. As soon as I get them, you guys will be the first ones to see them. I'm gonna trim off this little dead space here. I don't need that. It's just gonna get stuck to something later and make it more challenging down the road for me to put these back on. So let's just go ahead and eliminate that. As long as you don't cut within your silk screen, which is the white area, you're good to go. All right, so first things first, let's find my Sharpie and we can label this. But anyway, yeah, so today was by far the Monday-ist Tuesday I've had all year. It was a wild, wild day. Polka dot heart. It was just busy. Anytime there's a holiday, that next day is always hectic at the office. So busy, 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 busy day for me today. And then that kind of like fell into my evening too. It was just been a busy, busy day, which is what it is. I had a 4-day weekend, so you know, you pay the price for the 4-day weekend when you come back. But anyway, other than that, I mean, other than it being busy, it was actually a really good day. I can't complain about it. Nothing like terribly squirrely or bad happened. So it all in all was a good day, just a busy day. Anytime I have a day like that, it just makes the time like fly by. So I guess I should look at that as a good thing. All right, as always with wood, we're just gonna do a little waxing here. Just take our wax, cover our surface. That way it's nice and smooth. I actually took my my sandpaper and sanded it down just a little bit. These palette boards are actually pretty high-end, decent quality though, so you normally don't necessarily have to sand, but I wanted it to be super smooth. I did for my brand new transfer. All right, so you know what? Let's just buff it a little bit more. Lean back and buff. That's what we're doing. The lean and buff technique. I have mastered it. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, good day, good day. Tomorrow will be a good day too. Tomorrow is my favorite day of the week. Tomorrow's Thursday, or I'm sorry, tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm looking forward to Thursday too because I got something fun going on for Thursday. But tomorrow is Wednesday. It is my most favoriteest day of the entire week. So yay to that. And I think I got my project for tomorrow night's live planned out too. I think I'm going to incorporate, we'll see how this goes. I think I'm going to incorporate some of those little wooden heart cutouts, right? Yes. All right, let's get to it. Surface is prepped. It is silk smooth, nice and shiny, properly waxed, and the transfer is all ready to go. So the idea is that we're going to put this heart in the middle of our palette board, and then we're going to take our Scrabble tiles and decorate the top and bottom. All right, so especially with brand new transfers, because they are super sticky, make sure you fuzz them really, really well. If you have one of our nifty fuzzing cloths, that's cool. If you don't, you can use an old towel that's been laundered a few times. I've even seen people use their t-shirt or something like that. Picked up a big piece of fuzz right there, so let's get rid of that. All right, and fuzz away, fuzz, fuzz away. I've used my fuzzing cloth many, 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 many times. It's well loved, but it still serves the purpose. All you're trying to do is just put a thin layer of fuzz in between the adhesive and your transfer, because you don't want any little particles, like especially if it's a painted surface or like a more raw wood surface, you don't want to pull up any like little fibers or anything like that. That would be bad. You also want it to be relatively easy to remove when you are done chucking. That way you don't stretch it out, because it is a silk screen. So similar to a stencil in that you apply, you know, like the paste in the area and whatnot, but different in the fact that it's solid. There is a silk screen of fabric for all intensive purposes in between there. So when you get to pulling, especially if it adheres really well, you could stretch out your design and then your heart would be all like wonky looking, and that would be terrible. You don't want that. So when they're super sticky and brand new, I fuzz quite a few times. I don't believe anyway that you could even possibly over fuzz. You really can't, because even when our transfers aren't super sticky, they still work really well. So take the time to do it. It is an important step. The better you take care of your transfers, the better they will love you, and the more projects you'll get to make with them. Like I said, they are reusable, so you can use them The company says like 8 to 10 times, depending on how well you love them. But honestly, if you're cool with them, they'll be cool to you, and you'll be able to use them quite a few more times than that. All right, so let's get this as in the middle as possible and somewhat balanced. All right, I think that's gonna be where we want it. We'll kind of gently set it there and then look and make sure that. So what I'm doing on this side here, I'm trying to line this point up basically with the end of where this side goes, and then the tops of the hearts, I'm trying to line up essentially where this little part goes. So that's what I am doing, and I'm also trying to get it somewhat centered side to side. I want you to be cool and be in the middle. All right, that looks good side to side. I think we can just drag you up just a tad bit. Maybe. All that work and we gotta start all over. That's okay. Take your time. We're crafting and relaxing down here, folks. This is not a race. It is not. This is my relaxation time. So if it takes me a little while to get it lined up, I am totally cool with that. All right. And, you know, like we're crafting here. We're not like, there we go, doing brain surgery or anything like that. That has to be precise. The whole point is that we are having fun and we're making cool things. So take your time. Don't stress about it. And life is good. All right, so take a dry, this is what I do anyway, take a dry squeegee and push out any and all little air bubbles that might have come off of there. We might get a little bit of distressing coming off. Even though I had waxed it, I can see a little bit of the finish coming up on my transfer, but that's gonna be okay. We'll be able to take it off, no worries there. All right, so we're pressed out, we're good to go. Let's get to chalking. Dip right into our black velvet paste and just start going straight down and covering it. That is, you guys I'll show you what I mean by that. That's another reason that it's very important to wax. That typically will help protect some of that paint from peeling up. If you're using any type of a painted surface, if a little bit of it peels off, as long as you get to washing it pretty quickly, it'll be okay. I have faith I'll be able to clean it up. Not terribly worried. I've got some tricks up my sleeve for cleaning up these transfers when things like that happen. All right, so it looks like we've got pretty good coverage. I'm just going back over with a light touch. Make sure that I got out. There's a weird clump there. What are you doing? Come off of there. Just to make sure I got out all my lines. All right, I think it's smooth. I think it's fabulous. Let's peel it up and see what we got. All right, so slowly, slowly, slowly from the middle. And our heart looks excellent. But this is what I was gonna tell you guys. So it definitely did peel off a little bit of the paint. Can you guys see a little bit of those white lines there? All right, which means I need to put this in a little bit of water. So give me just a brief second to take care of that. And I'll be right back. Let's see if we can't get some of that off. So real simple, real easy. It's just paint. Just take our board eraser, go over the back side of it, and clean off as much of that as we can. So much easier to do when it's fresh. So I do apologize for having to leave y'all for just a second, but I need to do it now. That way my transfer is clean. It's clean, clean, clean. All right, I think I pretty much got it cleaned off of there. All right, paint specks, be cool. That's why I love our board ever, ever, ever so much. Quick, clean. Quick, clean. Alright, and good as new. Here, I can show you. I didn't clean the front of it off nearly as well as I will eventually. But this way you guys can see I wasn't just in the bathroom like playing games. See, but all that white paint came back off of there. You just got to do it right away. All right, so let me set this back down. And we'll finish what we were doing. All right. And actually, it didn't really like hurt my my background surface. I was afraid it might have peeled up a little bit too much of the white, but honestly, I think it looks super cool. So there's our black polka dotted heart. Real simple, real pretty farmhouse style black and white. Will fit anybody's home decor. So I wanted to keep it relatively neutral in that realm. For my first go round, I put my lid back on here right quick. And I have lost my, oh, there we go. All right, let's dry this just a brief second. Although I shouldn't really get into it. But I do want to make sure that it's nice and dry. That black looks awesome on that white background. I love it. I do. This is going to be super cool. And I guess, you know, like being that it is the season, it's kind of like Valentine's Day themes, but honestly, like I think all this love stuff can definitely go for all the seasons. I was even talking about last night how I think the heart cutouts would be a perfect like wedding gift or something like those, something along those lines. All right, so there is our black heart. Awesome. Our black heart is sitting right there. And let's dump out some of our scrabble tiles. Maybe I shouldn't have dumped them out, but I already did. And then I think I'm gonna do love always. So always love. And this, so this package, whoa. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but like a big tub of my my paints just fell over. It scared me a little bit, but it's okay. They're all good to go. It just kind of scared me a little bit. All right, looking for letters. But anyway, what I was trying to say until I got startled was that these Scrabble letters are super cool. So I got a 5 sets came in one like bundle, and each set has like obviously a couple extra of some of the letters. I think it has like 5 A's and like probably 5 E's, you know, like the vowels and whatnot. Probably only 1 Q, but there's even the little blank ones, so you could like legit play Scrabble with this if you wanted, but I'm just going to craft. I need an L. I need another L. I know you're here. Ooh, this is one of the blank ones. See, so what is super cool is you could paint, or even if you had like a tiny little, ooh, that tiny heart from our homespun hearts would fit perfectly on here. But you could even do something cool with those blank ones too if you wanted. Or use them for a little extra depth. All right, folks, I need an L. We have to find an L. There it is, winner. All right, love always. Cool. You can spell it anything you wanted. You could even do like, I could do Whalen, like, you know, like the family name, or you could do walls. I could do chalking up the walls. That would probably even all fit there, and like from my business page and stuff. Yeah, you could do anything you wanted, or you could even do like a child's name, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to spell. All right, let's get these out of the way. And you guys will be quite proud and impressed. I remembered to plug in my hot glue gun, so that's what we're gonna use to adhere these on there. I use the Gorilla branded hot glue. There's another L right there. I mean, I spent all that time looking for one, and there's one sitting there. I find that the like regular just craft glue doesn't necessarily have like the staying power that I want. I don't want these to come off. If I was doing more of like a temporary craft or something like that, then maybe I wouldn't be so concerned. But this project is going to be going to, and I'm probably going to make a few more. This project is going to be going to my vendor show. So it's going to end up in somebody else's home in about 2 weeks or so. So I want to make sure that when it gets there, it stays there forever, right? So make sure you get like decent hot glue if that's what you're doing. All right, nice and dry, nice and cool, all is well. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. We're going to take our trusty hot glue gun, like I said, is already hot and ready to rock and roll. As long as I can get it out of here without knocking anything over. I haven't gotten to use my light pad yet, guys. That, I think, is going to be for tomorrow when we use our heart cutouts. I am so excited about this light pad. I'll show you guys in just a second, but let me get these letters on here. All right, so awesome. Let's see if we can't figure out where we want them. I want this to be just like that. All right, so just like so. And I'm gonna have to move it down closer. Hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing. But I want to get it somewhat straight. And cool. All right, so I want my O to be right about there. I'm gonna leave my L down there just for placement. Put a little bit of this glue on the back. And just get to gluing my letters down. And press and hold. But like I was saying, yeah, definitely go and get some decent, some decent hot glue. It really is not that much more expensive, and it will absolutely save the day down the road. All right, let's get our letters lined up and pressed out. And if they get like a little bit, you know, like squirrely on you, it's not the end of the world. You know, this, like I said, this is crafting. It's fun. Plus it'll give it that like more authentic kind of like farmhouse homemade style look, but you don't want it to look goofy either. So take your time, get them lined up, press and hold. So far so good. All right, one more for E. And our love will be all done. Perfect. And press. And I'm telling you, like this particular glue that I use works really great. There is another glue out there. E6000 is a brand. I don't know if there's really an E6000 hot glue. I love it. Look. There's our love. All right, let's do our always at the bottom. Same process. Let's just put them down here, see where we want them. This, I think, will be a little bit easier to line up for me because I'm going to use the point of the bottom of the heart as the center for my W and my A. As long as I can keep them without getting the letters out of order. That's the problem when you're not spelling in order, is that you run the risk of spelling something wrong, and that wouldn't be cool. There's that one. And our A. Yeah, you'd hate to spend all this time making this super project and then find out that like your love was spelled backwards, or you missed, you know, like you got your V and your E backwards. Don't do that. Pay attention. Pay attention. And press. All right, a couple more letters to go, and this project will be out of the door. All right. A. love these little Scrabble tiles. I do. And they were really reasonable. Like I said, I got 5 sets. So they're definitely like an entire alphabet, but you get a couple more of like the more popular letters. You do. I think there are, let me think about that. There were 500 total pieces, and I got 5 sets. So each set then would have the 100 pieces in it. So you figure there's, what, 26 letters in the alphabet. Obviously, like, you're having more vowels than some of the consonants and whatnot. So it's just kind of spread out like that. But you could search it in those, that big popular store online. You can, and you can find a whole bunch. You wouldn't necessarily, especially if you're only going to do like a project or two, you wouldn't necessarily need all 500, but I figured I will be doing lots of fun stuff with these little Scrabble letters, so I needed a whole bunch. I did. All right, and here's our S. Get him lined up on there, pressed out. Excuse me. All right, I think we've got it. Got it. All right, and so, you know, like, you can definitely go all out if you're a bow person, or if you're more of like a overly embellishing kind of gal, you could definitely go back in and add something else. But honestly, I think I got glue all over me. I think this is all the more it needs. What do you think? Love always. You guys like it? And it stands up on its own, just like that. Just like such. Here, trying to get it straight, but that's not really like my strong suit when it comes to like watching my own. Yeah, there you go. You guys can get the gist of it. Yep, and like I said, it's on one of our palette boards, so it will stand on its own, just like so. You know, it would be cool. It might actually fit. We could also do, we could do one very similar on the back and just get the heart to fit in the center, and then put our letters up on that little edge. That might be kind of cool too. But anyway, this is our first project using the heart patterns. I love it. I think it turned out wonderful. All right, well, let me know what you guys think. You could definitely come up with some other little cute little phrases and whatnot that we could put on here too. But the love always, I think, definitely rings pretty cool and soundly to me for today, because that is, it's important. Live your life with love, always. That's my motto. I got to clean up a little bit of these little straggler strings. If you guys use hot glue very often, you know what I'm talking about. There's always like the little spider webby strings that happen, but we'll get them cleaned up for sure. And this guy is going to my vendor show. Quick, painless, easy, awesome, and definitely customizable. Like I said, you could put your last name up here if you wanted. You could put your spouse's name up here, your child's name, your grandchild's name, anything like that. Or if you just didn't like the words, you could leave it with just the simple black and white heart and stick it somewhere in your house or office. Absolutely. But anyway, there she is for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I had an absolute blast. Nice, easy, smooth, relaxing project for my Crazy Tuesday. I did. Yeah, for sure. You guys were quiet tonight. So anyway, if you're on here a little bit late catching this on the replay, please give me a hashtag replay. That way I know you were here. I would ever so greatly appreciate that. For sure. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Do something awesome. Have fun. And come back tomorrow. We're going to play around with those little wooden heart cutouts and the rest of our heart patterns for sure. All right, love you guys. Good night. Bye.